The Future African Leaders Foundation was established as a Pan-African organization committed to identifying, nurturing, and empowering young African leaders making positive impacts in their communities. Over the past decade, the foundation has been a leader in youth development, equipping individuals with essential skills and resources to drive change. The Future African Leaders Award is an annual prize awarded to 10 African youths who have contributed significantly in their local communities through innovation, societal education on local and global issues, developing solutions to combat societal issues, advocacy, and societal awareness. Each winner is given a grant of $10,000, and an outstanding winner amongst the 10 is given an additional $25,000. VOP TV was present at this year's Future African Leaders Award, and here are what some of the awardees and keynote speakers has to say as regards the impact of the award and project.
I'm excited by when I see the work we've done, the impact of the work we've done. We've been able to raise young people you heard them speak. You heard the things that they are doing. It's really exciting. The lady, Ms. Gendeme from Sierra Leone, and she was talking about 11 years of war in Sierra Leone and what she's been and what she's been able to accomplish is exciting, really very exciting.
It's feel fulfilling, it's feel achieving, it feels like I have no limitations in my life because there are so many challenges that would have stopped me to achieve this so much, but I didn't allow them to limit my work, they allow them to limit my power. That means I have, going forward in life, this makes me feel like I have the power to do whatever I want to do in life, and the capacity is there, the power is there. If I go for it, I will get it. That makes me feel like I'm a go-getter and I'm achiever as well.
I would like to thank all the organization for giving us the opportunity as a North African participant. It means a lot. Secondly, I would just like to mention that this initiative is not only limited for Christian people. I'm Muslim. Yes, I'm Muslim, and I'm from Arab countries, and I got the chance to get such an award.
To do with peace and security, especially in the different African countries where we have our ambassador.
Since inception, the Future African Leadership Foundation has recognized 123 recipients of the prestigious Future African Leaders Award for demonstrating outstanding leadership in solving problems in and for the continent, with grants totaling $1,340,000 to all winners from 30 African countries spanning 5 regions.
Since the inception of the Future African Leadership Foundation, about 123,000 participants have been awarded grants of $1.3 million across the 5 African regions. Promise A reporting for VOP TV.
When your morning starts, make sure to look around for the right company to serve you everything you need to know about what's happening around you. That's why you need VOP This Morning, because we will climb this far to give you a voice in what's going on, from news, reviews, politics and the economy, sports and even entertainment. Join us weekdays 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on VOP TV. VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
All right, good morning and welcome to VOP. VOP This Morning, and it's a brand new day, of course, a brand new day. Welcoming you to the station, and we do have quite a lot to talk about today. Well, I'm Moses Humphrey, and I'm definitely not alone. Yes, yes.
Good morning, Moses. We
missed
you yesterday.
I missed you too.
Good morning.
Missed you greatly.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Moses looking sharp as always.
I am?
Tell me the secret.
I need a mirror,
You didn't tell me that I'm looking sharp. And you told Moses that he's looking sharp.
Well, men supporting men on this.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, well. We have, like we said earlier, we have quite a lot to talk about this morning. We'll be talking about the president slashing the presidential entourage for both foreign and local trips by 60%.
And plus Nigeria structured politicians to encourage corruption. Who is saying that? Professor Pat Utomi.
But before we get into all of these stories, we'd like to encourage you to click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube page. And you know it is at Voice of the People TV on YouTube, and on all other social media platforms we are at VOP TV Live. First off, we'll be heading into what the front pages are saying this morning. And I'm almost certain Mike's ready to fly with us on that.
Well, I'm ready to take a page from the Voice newspaper as always.
Go right ahead.
Then the banner headline says humanitarian ministry scandals. EFCC seizes Edu, former minister's passport. Bank MDs grilled. Suspended minister barred from traveling. On top of the nameplate, we have the NNPCL posts over 2 trillion naira profit. Fake degrees. FG probes 107 private varsities. Nigerians hail Tinubu as president. Trims foreign trips entourage. Okay. And then police parade 3 suspects linked to plateau killings. 85 abducted as bandits return to Kaduna Abuja Expressway. Lagos police look into Tiwa Savage's petition against Davido. TB Joshua, SCOAN, that is the Synagogue Church of All Nations, faults BBC report. Ex-disciple knocks late prophet. And that's all we have for the Punch newspaper this morning. Yes.
Oh, well, we have with us in the studio a legal practitioner, Mr. Darlington Agumwo. Good to have you join us this morning.
Yeah, Moses, how are you? And
very well.
Happy New Day.
Yes.
Happy New Day indeed. Well, these are the headlines from the Punch newspaper. Which ones would you say tickles your fancy the most?
Yeah, it's all about this travel thing. You know.
Okay, let's slow down on that one because that's a conversation we'll get into much later on the show. Yes, but let's talk about the seizure of former Minister Betta Edu's passport, preventing her from leaving the country. Would you say this is a pass mark on the president in the fight against corruption?
Well, if you ask me, I think this is image laundering. That is what Tinubu is doing.
Image laundering?
Yes, and he looked for a scapegoat.
Really?
From all indication, I think Betta Edu is like a small fry. She's a political orphan. That is why they just picked her out for all this.
Yeah, when you call her a political orphan, you have to bear in mind that her referee actually was Bachabi Abiamila.
No.
That was her referee.
She still remains a political orphan. That is why she's going through this. Have you forgotten that there was a 44 billion linked to one Halima Shehu? Why is it that nobody is mentioning her name? Please, the 44 billion and the 585 billion, which one is bigger?
Was Halima Shehu not suspended as well?
Is she making this news like Betta Edu? That money, where is it in the first place? The 44 billion. Have anybody said anything about it? Have anybody tried to find out where that money was moved into by that woman?
The account it was moved into is on the news.
But she's not making this big news like Betta Edu now. That's what we are saying. That one should have been on the front burner because it happened before Betta Edu.
Yeah, well, she's also being grilled by the EFCC.
We know all these things, but the way they have brought out Betta Edu is like she's like the biggest of them all. That is the way the news are projected her. Even that of Halima wasn't this noisy. It wasn't. That's what we are saying. So they just want to use that woman to show that they are doing something. Meanwhile, they are not. Because if they are, all the people that are linked to Betta Edu, all of them should have been given the same treatment like her. That's what I'm telling you, that They just want to use her to make a case.
So you don't think that possibly she will be compelled to call names?
She has already called names.
More names possibly, and then I mean the president is trying to fight corruption, and I think maybe it should be that he's encouraged that it's a good step in the right direction.
Look, nobody comes into government to condone corruption on the face value. But in reality and in practice, is it so? The only thing that will happen now is that all of them will be very careful. Because remember that it was a memo that leaked that brought out all these things. It was a memo that leaked. They never wanted you and I to know about it. And it leaked because the 44 billion naira was equally leaked by Beta Edu. And somebody wanted to get at her by leaking her own memo. It's like dog eat dog here. So the other ministries, they will now be careful to cover their back. But to tell me that this will be the end of corruption in this government is a lie.
Okay, that's your take. All right, I would also love to get your view on this report that NNPCL posts over 2 trillion naira profit.
Please, this NNPCL, who is the owner? Because the last time I checked, they told us that it's now a private company. Who owns NNPCL? Why is it that Nigerians we don't look at major issues that concerns us? That company supposed to be the cash cow for Nigeria, and they told us under Buhari that it had been what privatized. So why are they telling us how much they have earned and how much they did not earn? Who owns we must find that first. It is when we now find out, we now look at the organogram, look at their administrative procedures, and know whether that company is being run the way it should be run. But all this noise about NNPC, already you and I know that that company is the only company that brings fuel into this country as of today. Is that not true? Yet it's a private company. Look, everything about NNPC is shrouded in so much mystery, and Nigerians have refused to look into it. That is why the fraud is still going on. You are talking of Edu. How about the man there, the managing director, Menekiari? Didn't you see how Tinubu celebrated his birthday the other day? This is a man that has caused us so much pain in that company. You remember the Edu that was brought here that knocked so many cars? Is that not more scandalous than what Edu is going through today?
So are you saying that this post of 2 trillion naira by NNPCL is more like a political statement?
Yes, yes. That's why they want to tell us that they are making progress. On whose behalf? Were you not here when the same company told you that they didn't make any money the other time and we should even pay them money, that we are owing them and all that? So there is so much about NNPC that I, in particular, I am not happy about.
All right.
And I don't know why no government have taken it as a duty to look into NNPC. I'm telling you, very, very fraudulent company.
Well,
very fraudulent.
As it stands, a lot of Nigerians will share your sentiments there, because a lot of Nigerians are equally not happy. But let's go on to...
All right, let's just get to another paper. Right now we're looking at the Vanguard newspaper, where the banner headline here says 585 million naira graft. EFCC quizzes Beta Edu for hours. No bank MD was arrested or detained as Edu, Sadia, Halima, Claire Air on their roles. Edu suspension commendable, but not enough. Atiku is coming out to say that. Why Tinubu removed swiftly against Beta Edu? APC is coming out to make a statement there as well. On top of the nameplates, there you find Cadbury Nigeria to sell 402 million shares over inability to pay $7.7 million debt. That's an interesting one. Amarilis led Rivers Assembly writes Fubara over 2024 budget presentations delay. Still on top of the nameplate there. Edo 2024. Shaib frowns on Edo not meeting endorsement and endorsing Igodalo. And of course, still on top of the nameplates, hold Davido if harm befalls me. And then still giving you more news here, right here on the front page of Vanguard. Cost of governance. Tinubu slashes delegation for federal government trip by 60%. Army to address security in dark areas in Enugu State. That's coming from Kwas. And Afe Babalola says there are many cases where executives immediately have been used to shield the executives from punishment. And then on AFCON sports, AFCON telecast to Nigeria uncertain as NBC blocks Star Times bid. And then that's about it. Which would you fancy in all of this, Barrister Darlington?
I want to go to Rivers.
Where
our laws have been turned upside down. You can see that the intervention of Tinubu is not holding any water at all. The letter from the suspended lawmakers for reintroduction of the budget of 2024.
Yeah.
Please, on what basis are they demanding for that? On what basis will anybody be doing that? A budget has been signed into law properly by a governor. So why would anybody now come and say they should now reintroduce the budget so that are they going to introduce the budget twice? Or are they asking Fubara to bring a new budget so that the River State will now have two budgets for 2024? That is the meaning. That is the meaning. I have not seen where such a thing happens. That is why all of us frowned at what Tinubu did.
All right. Then.
They turned our laws upside down without thinking. What he said cannot happen. It can never happen. Seriously.
All right. Let me plead with you to hold your thoughts there for a bit, because we also have our correspondent on the streets of Lagos who will be speaking to some Nigerians on the headlines from different papers, getting the pulse of Nigerians. Toby, good morning to you. What's happening on the streets of Lagos? What are Nigerians saying? What interested in the news, but we are trying to get that one so you can hear what Nigerians are saying. Well, as it is, you can feel the passion there. Unfortunately, we couldn't hear what the gentleman was saying, but he was eager to grab the mic and speak. He was eager to take control of it, because of course, yes, he has a lot to say. But unfortunately, but we'll go back to that one before the end of the show, before the end of the newspaper review. We'll try again so we can get the audio better, so you get to hear what fellow Nigerians like you are saying about the headlines from the papers.
All right. Barrister Darlington, you made mention of the fact that the intervention by President Tinubu on this matter didn't work well. As a barrister, please confirm to Nigerians which of these fractions is considered the very assembly members and assembly leaders of River State.
Good. Thank you very much. A court of competent jurisdiction has made it clear that whenever you defect from a political party that gave you a mandate to another one, you have lost your seat. Ab initio, you have lost that position.
Okay.
The remaining lawmakers who stood by the mandate given to them by the people are the authentic and legitimate lawmaker, and they can carry out the business of that state assembly, and it will be recognized by law, whether they are one or two. And that was what happened in Rivers. Fubara presented his budget to the 4 lawmakers that stood by him that did not defect. And it was signed into law by a here who turned out to be the speaker as at that time. So that matter is concluded.
So Amahwili's
the budget is having a life now. As I talk to you, that budget is having a life in Rivers. It has a life. You cannot come and tell me that somebody should now order for the reintroduction of something that is already running. I mean, look at it yourself.
So from a legal point of view now, Amahwili-led fraction is acting so illegal right now. Completely.
In fact, unnecessarily illegal. Unnecessarily illegal. Because they are acting on what Tinubu said. But Tinubu is not our court.
All right, then. Well,
it's not our court.
Interesting times, indeed. Interesting times. Let's get on to another paper now. The Nigerian Tribune comes up. Banner headline here: Tinubu slashes entourage for foreign local trips by 60%. President's entourage, not more than 25 officials for local trips, 20 for foreign trips. VP's entourage, not more than 15 officials for local trips, 5 for foreign trips. Wife of the president's entourage, not more than 10 officials for local trips, 5 for foreign trips. Ministers, only 4 accompanying officials. This is a summary of everything said there by the president's aide. 5, I beg your pardon, Rivers Assembly asked Fubara to represent 2024 budget. That's a conversation that is still ongoing. I mean, the barrister just gave his thoughts on that one. Supreme Court reserves judgment in Plateau. Delta, Guba appeals. Court declares Ayaw as valid PDP National Secretary. Suspected cultists murder head of vigilante group in Ogun. FG sets up panel to probe private varsities, foreign institutions. Why FX inflow into Nigeria decreased year-on-year report. NPA workers kick over post-no debit placed on agency's account. Says move will cripple port operations. All right, so these are the headlines from the Nigerian Tribune. Now, we've touched on the Rivers State issue, the politics going on in Rivers State. Amewule and Ehie, who has stepped aside. Amewule saying, he was never the speaker, according to Amewule. He was never the speaker, so why would he resign from a position he did not occupy? But we know that a court actually established that he was the speaker at the time. But anyway, let's not go too deep into that conversation before he takes over what we're doing at this moment. But about the judgment in Plateau State and Delta State, with everything going on there, you have thoughts on that one?
The thing is that of recent, we have been seeing and hearing so many judgments concerning the last election. And most of us are not happy because when your constituency is being battered in the manner they did, you will not be happy. These days now, when you mention or introduce yourself as a lawyer, some people just turn up their nose. Is it not you people that caused this problem? Are you not the one going to court doing this? Are you not the one that did this? You don't even know what to say yourself. People now resort to babalawo to subtle issues instead of going to court or meeting a lawyer. That is the implication of what happened. But I am happy what happened last week when some lawyers gathered and told the judiciary to clean up their image. I was so we discussed it in the on this platform last week Friday. Some lawyers, they have gotten wind of what is going on and they are not happy because during the last Supreme Court judgment concerning the election, some lawyers burned their wigs. Some lawyers, they burnt their wig and gown. And that is very, very, in fact, that is a very, very bad omen for our legal profession. So the judgment now that you are talking about, for me, there's no way you look at any judgment, they will not give you reason. It is left for you to look at that reason, interrogate it. The reason for this judgment, can it stand the test of time? Because you and I know that there are so many judgments that they are given in the past, only for them to reverse themselves later.
All right.
Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay.
So the judgment that you just mentioned and the one that are coming, we want to see a new change of idea. We want to see justice being done.
All right. Then.
So that the polity will be at peace. You remember that when these injustices are being done, that is when people become agitated. But when things are done rightly, my dear, nobody will utter a word. Nobody.
Well, it said that justice should be done and must be seen.
Yeah, exactly,
to be done.
exactly,
Right. Well,
exactly.
thank you very much. We have to pause this conversation, and unfortunately, we're unable to take our correspondent's report there. Yeah. That's Tosin Ejalonibu. Well, Tosin, we'll continue to speak to Nigerians. We'll probably take that one in subsequent editions, so we just get to hear what Nigerians are saying. This is Voice of the People. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we will be talking about the slash in trips in personnel accompanying the president to both international and local trips. A reduction by 60%. That's a conversation we'll delve into. And I know that the barrister is eager to chew on that one.
Of course.
We'll be back in a bit. And so we hear that Tosin is ready to give us reports. Let's just take, a little bit of it. Good morning once again, Tosin.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. It's a beautiful morning here in the capital city, the commercial nerve center of the country, here in Lagos. And I'm here to get that reaction of what interests you in the news. What is that news item? What is that news headline that is of most important to you in the news this morning? I'm asking you. Join me. Good morning, sir.
My name is Tunde. So
what is the news this morning?
Okay, I don't read the news actually, but I've been hearing some issues like some money has been missing somewhere. So and I'm even surprised that this government that promised to alleviate, to eradicate corruption is now being accused of issues. So look at the Hindustan today now. They are having some issues that one of their ministers is actually transfer money to an account. I don't know how somebody will transfer some billions of naira into an account. That is absurd. So it's a bad news for Nigeria generally. So I want Nigerians to just take charge of your life. If you are waiting for the government to do something, you are on a long thing. So the best thing is just to be in charge of your life. Be in charge. Take charge. The government is still the same old story. Buhari did his own. Now within how many months now? Within 6 or 8 months now, we are hearing the same. So it doesn't change anything really.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Lagos, we are still here, still getting reactions from you. We're still getting reactions from you. We want to know what is that news item that interests you.
Nigerians are saying take action, take your life into your hands. I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing to hear from young Nigerians, especially losing faith in the government, wanting to take their destinies into their hands. Now that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. Oh well, let's go on this break. When we come back, we'll talk about the 60% reduction in foreign and local troops by the president. We'll be back in a bit.
When your morning starts, make sure to look around for the right company to serve you everything you need to know about what's happening around you. That's why you need VOP this morning, because we will climb this far to give you a voice in what's going on, from news, reviews, politics and the economy, sports, and even entertainment. Join us weekdays, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on VOP TV. VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice. When your morning starts, make sure to look around for the right company to serve you everything you need to know about what's happening around you. That's why you need VOP this morning, because we will climb this far to give you a voice in what's going on, from news, reviews, politics and the economy, sports, and even entertainment. Join us weekdays, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on VOP TV. VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
All right, welcome back. Now, in a bid to cut the cost of governance, President Bola Tinubu has directed that all the entourage to state and international events be drastically reduced by 60%. Now, the president has also directed that on every local trip of the government, the security detail will be drafted from the host state. A special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Chief Ajurin Galali, disclosed this while briefing State House correspondent in Abuja on Tuesday. According to this new directive, the president will now travel with only 20 officials, unlike before, when the number was, just at the discretion of whoever was compiling the list. Well, the vice president will now travel with 5 officials on international trips. The office of the first lady will also travel with 5 officials, as well as the vice president. All right. Now, for local trips, the number of entourage of the president has been reduced to 25 persons. The vice president's office, 15 persons, and the office of the first lady and wife of the vice president as well, 10 persons each. Now, the presidential spokesman said that the essence of the reduction was to bring total sanity and prudence in the management of resources. He also said that henceforth, ministers' delegation for foreign trips will be a maximum of 4 officials, while the heads of the ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, and CEOs will travel with the maximum of 2 officials. On local trips, the president directed that there will not be huge security entourage that would attract huge bills in form of duty and estacodes. All right. The presidential spokesman warned that any official that flouts the directive will be doing that at his or her own peril. Now, when it comes to security, the states will be the ones to provide the security. Well, VOP TV gathered that a circular to the new directive has been sent out to the various ministries, departments, and agencies from the office of the secretary to the government of the federation. And this is coming a month after the controversy that trailed the federal government's spending of at least 2.7 billion naira to sponsor delegates that attended the United Nations Annual Climate Summit, COP28, in Dubai. You do recall that Nigeria's delegation at the conference was put at 1,411, which amounted to a 2.7 billion naira being spent on flights and other things. Well, speaking on costs of governance, just yesterday, VOP TV had a chat with Peter Obi on the cost of governance, and this is what he had to say.
These things are not rocket science. It's been done in countries, and it's happened everywhere. And I've managed a subnational state. When I came to Anambra State, people say, oh, you can't do this. You can't change education. You can't change. We're owing banks. They say, the banks came and said, I'm going to pay you back your money. And they say, oh, where are you going to get the money to do it? What did we do? And that's what I'm not seeing today. Shut down the cost of government. Deal with the corruption issue. We did it. Everybody saw it happen. Where Peter was quarreling with everybody. And what did we get? By the time I left office, I was not owing pension, I was not owing gratuity, I was not owing any contractor for goods in supply, I was not owing any supplier, and I left in 3 banks in Nigeria. And I said every day, Access Bank, $50 million, 12 billion naira.
All right, this was just as His Excellency Peter Obi arrived Nigeria from Ghana, where he was to attend a conference that was unfortunately cancelled. All right, there's more to that. You get to hear more in subsequent editions of the program. Oh, well, now let's get into this conversation. We have with us in the studio, Barrister Dalente Nagumo, and also public affairs commentator. And then we have joining us virtually, a journalist and a public affairs commentator, Mr. Chukwuma Okoro. Now, let me start with Mr. Okoro on this one. Good morning to you. Welcome to the program. Now, with the president's, with this announcement by the president, you know that aside from the trip to Dubai, when he came into office, came to Lagos, we saw the entourage that drove with him. On December 29, we also saw when he was going to the mosque to pray in Lagos Island, we saw the entourage that went with him. Does it seem like the president is listening to Nigerians and doing things accordingly?
Good morning, Moses, and people in the studio. Unfortunately, my device is acting up. You can't see me, but I can see you clearly. Oh. You know, so compliments of the season. Is good to see you again after the short break. You know, if you talk about what the president did last Christmas, you know, you may have forgotten that after his inauguration, he also came to Lagos.
Yes,
like days after his inauguration.
I mentioned it.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So it's like it's a pattern. It's been a pattern for him inside and outside Nigeria. And Nigerians have complained. Analysts have spoken, commentators have complained. If you cannot continue this way in the face of grinding poverty, and Nigerians are seeing these things, the very people you are coming to renew their hope, these very people you are coming to rescue, see you, they line up for you, and you come in a convoy of more than 100 cars? No. I mean, there's a mismatch between words and action. When you say you are coming to give people renewed hope, your actions certainly does not, your actions do not convey the fact that, look, you have come to rescue the people. It's a clear mismatch. But I think it's promising enough that the president had said and listened and said, okay, let us slash inside and outside. And I'm happy that he has slashed his entourage, people that go with him when he's outside, I think to 20 or whatever. But beyond that, we want to see this policy pronouncement implemented. We want to see it implemented because there are times when policy statements are issued, and 2 or 3 days after that, you see we go back to where we are coming from. There are hangers-on in the corridors of power, people who want to identify, people who will muscle their way into the president's entourage. Can you imagine that we are competing with countries like China? China came with 1,400 and something, and we came with the exact number of people. Just to New York here, to
All right. We seem to be having a problem with that audio now. Well, let's come to Barrister Darlington. Well, during the newspaper review, you seem to, be eager to say something on this one. You think the president is this not a step in the right direction?
Thank you, Moses. When somebody has boxed himself into a corner, he'll be looking for a way to wriggle out. The Tinubu administration has a very bad image as he speaks, so he's finding a way to clean up. But he's doing it the wrong way. Cutting down on governance starts from the what? Your ministerial appointment and your budget. These are the two areas you look at. These are the two key areas. In the history of this country, we never had 48 ministers. We never. It started with Tinubu. It started with him. The humongous budget, his own is equally the highest. So where is the
but if you're talking about the budget being the highest, we know that our budget is hinged on the dollar. And what it is right now is the dollar to naira is, that in itself will affect the budget. Don't you think so?
No, I disagree with you. Whatever the dollar is saying is not your business. Dollar is not your currency. Act within your currency. Can you tell this to China? Can you tell this to China, please?
Well, China
is
a producing nation.
That is it now. Then become a producing nation. Moses, become a producer. Why are you always copying what will not favor us?
But is this something that can be done in a day?
Start it. Somebody take a step. Look, let me tell you. Maybe you don't know. India. Do you know how India became what they are today? There was a time India was importing English clothes to wear. Mahatma Gandhi told them, look, stop. Don't all this English, stop it. The people went to him and said, look, we don't have any clothes to wear. I said, well, if you cannot manufacture your own clothes, then go naked. That was it. Today, go to any place in the whole world and you will find Indians in any of that textile. They are there. Our textile company, who are running, is it not Indians? Did they fall from heaven with it? Somebody took action. All our textile industry, go around, go and check. I have worked in one at Ulugbeju. Indians, how do they become textile giants? How? Look at 1.something billion people. Who will clothe them if they don't manufacture their own clothes? Who will clothe them? So all this thing that he cannot, you are 63 years for God's sake. A man that is 63 years, he didn't go to school. He didn't learn any skill. He is not into business. He is not even working. He is not married. Please, what are you expecting from such a man? Is he still a man? Is he still alive? You should be asking yourself these questions. Let him call down on the ministerial appointment because they are those who won't go. The Orosaya panel report is still there.
I was hoping that we'll touch on that one.
Yes.
But before we go deeper into the Orosaya report, let's listen to the president's aide, media aide, Chief Ajuri Ngelale, when he made this statement.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu has, by his most recent directive, approved a massive cost-cutting exercise that will cut across the entire federal government of Nigeria and the offices of the president himself, the vice president, and the office of the first lady. It will be conducted in the following fashion. 1, the official trips that will be undertaken within the country, that is, when Mr. President or the Vice President travels to any state within the country, the massive bills that accrued due to allowances and ESTA code for security detail coming from Abuja, going and traveling into those states, will be massively cut. due to the directive of the president that the security outfits within states, whether it be police, DSS, or branches of the military, will frontline his protective detail when he travels to those states, a major cost-cutting initiative. That will affect the office of the Vice President as well as the office of the First Lady. Additionally, when any international travel is being approved, the following limits have been placed on all ministers of the Federation. 4 members of their staff, appointees and the like, will be allowed to travel with a minister on an official trip. For heads of agency, that will be limited to 2 members of staff allowed to travel on an official trip. Furthermore, the numbers that the president has now approved for official travel with him that will apply to his principal staff are as follows. On international trips, the president has directed that no more than 20 individuals be allowed to travel with him. That number will be cut down to 5 in the case of the First Lady. 20 for the president, 5 for the First Lady. Additionally, the number in the entourage on official international trips for the Vice President will be cut to 5. The number that will be limited, the number that will be placed as a limit on the wife of the Vice President is also 5. In terms of local trips, the President has approved a new limit of 25 members of staff to accompany him on domestic trips within the country. The office of the First Lady is now limited to 10 staff members to accompany her on official trips within the country. The Vice President will be limited to 15 members of staff on official trips within the country, while his wife will be limited to 10 members of staff on official trips within the country, the same as the First Lady. It is pertinent to note that there is a difference between.
All right, there you have it. The president's aide speaking there. All right, it's interesting that you're still shaking your head.
I am not amused. Seriously, I am not.
Now, Barrister, before
no cost was cut here.
Before you say something, I'd like to ask, particularly as a lawyer, the office of the First Lady, constitutionally, do we have to fund it? That's the first one.
Good.
Secondly, 5 officials were granted to the First Lady, and then we're having 4 officials for every minister that is constitutionally in the system.
Exactly.
To go with 4 officials.
Exactly.
Please help us just
contradiction.
As well as the office of the First
contradiction. Lady. Moses, did you hear your colleague? 5 for First Lady, 4 for ministers. What does that tell you? You can see now. I said no cost was cut. In fact, these 4 or 5 people, they will collect the money for 30 people. So what did you cost?
How really can't.
Yeah, by the time you go down, the extra code, they will blow it up. The money must not waste. That is the truth. This First Lady, we have talked about it. The budget is the budget for that office is still in our budget for 2024.
But
what is the reason for that?
But then you know that during Buhari's tenure, he cut down the cost of traveling as well. It's all over the news. Yes, he did. Even though, yes, he did.
Did you see the amount he was spending? Well, I don't think Tinubu will.
So should we say that it's actually a facade?
Yes. Okay. Yes. You know this APC, they think that they are very clever. They will show you something in the media. Then at the back, they are doing another thing. Let me tell you one typical example. When Buhari came into office in 2015, they told him that he's entitled to 400 million naira to clean up, buy cars, buy new things and for personal use and all that. Before the camera, the man said, no, I don't need to buy any other car. The cars I met here is okay for me. I don't need, they were celebrating, yes, this man, yes, he doesn't do this. I said it in a studio that Buhari will never use a car that Jonathan left behind. As long as Jonathan sat, a Christian sat in that car, Buhari will not use it.
Let's not bring the...
let's leave that one. But what happened after? I think the cars were being manufactured even as I was speaking. 2 weeks after, my dear, Wonders on Wheel landed in Aso Rock, 18 of them. Wonders on Wheel. It was only one newspaper, the Sun newspaper, that published it. And I picked it up. I went back to that studio. They didn't want me to even say anything again. I said, look at it. Is that not deceit? Is that not deceit? Even the second inauguration, go and see the car Buhari used. So, they are good in deceiving. They think they are clever.
All right.
They will tell you one thing, they will do another thing. These cost-cutting measures, what is the 48 ministries doing for you? What are they doing? Like this Ministry of Corruption now. Ministry of Corruption, because from all indication, that ministry has been created for corruption.
The Ministry of...
yes, this humanitarian whatever. What are they humanitarian? What? I was asking, the people you want to give 25,000 naira, none of them have received it. Meanwhile, you are paying somebody 400 and something million for consultation to go and verify their name, to know whether your name is there, my name is there, and the other person's name is there. Is that a ministry?
Let's talk about the Oronsanya report now, and how's government after this report was in 2011 when it was constituted. The committee was constituted. From then till now, how well has government implemented the report? Has government even implemented the report? Because the report talked about merging certain government agencies as a way of cutting costs.
Look, that is where I expected Tinubu to go to.
Well, he did say in May that he was going to visit the Oronsanya report.
He said
Is this not part of it?
He said it. Has he done it? He said it. Has he done it? Remember that APC, one of their propaganda against PDP was that they are going to restructure Nigeria. That this one, they will cut governance calls. They will do this. That the PDP did it. Is that not what they were using to deceive Nigerians? Propaganda. My dear, since they came into office, even the Jonathan's this thing, conference, did the Buhari look at it for one day? Did he? That is the restructuring we are talking about. Have you had or have you seen any APC leader talking about restructuring again? But that was their major campaign against PDP. They came into office. They didn't even bother. They didn't even mention it. How about insecurity? We'll finish them in 6 months. After 6 months, as a general, he will do wonders. He will perform wonders. When he came, things escalated.
Now you just...
Somebody that want to implement Oronsanya report, can he go as far as 48 ministries? These are just job for the boys, nothing else.
Well, you know that we've had cases of a lot of presidents of different countries cut costs. And most of the times you see Nigerians tag the president of Nigeria and they're like, we want you to go this way, see what your fellow leader is doing, do this and do this and do that. You had the president of Argentina cut costs 50%, the South African president, Cyril Ramaphosa, most of them. And then we see Nigerians trying to tag the president, okay, follow their lead. And now he has done that. Should we say that Nigerians are actually... You can never satisfy Nigerians.
No, because if you know that somebody is doing it with sincerity, there is no problem.
How sure are we that he's not doing it sincerely?
You can. I'm just giving you examples here. The office of the first lady is still there. The budget is still there. He didn't yank it off. They even have a staff for her. What is she doing? No, tell me, what is she doing? Ministry of First Lady. So every morning she will now visit all the first lady in Nigeria. I mean, go from one state to the other. Is that a job? Nigeria should be showing good example to African leaders. Not tagging behind, not copycat. Mention one thing Nigeria have done right that anybody can copy within Africa or outside Africa. Just show me one thing. one thing we have done right that people are coming here to copy. Mention. You can see. You don't even have an answer. So, why should I now praise him? Tell me. You are a country that is begging for loan all over the world. The little you got, instead of you to manage it well, you now resort to profligacy, spending money.
I would also want to hold you on this particular line. How do you think stakeholders, both domestically and internationally, perceive and respond to this move by the president?
It is the way we are responding now. He should not wait. Are you going to be proactive? Governance is all about being proactive. My dear, in this age and time, you must think ahead. That's why you are in government. You have all the details, you have all the security advices, you have all the information.
All right.
So you must think ahead. Don't wait until it happens before you now start doing something.
Aside from cutting costs on travel and Esther codes, what other areas do you think government can, implement a reduction in cost?
One, you see this money by National Assembly members, which they used to buy a car, 160 million. Tinubu should immediately cut down on it. There is a car of 50 million. That car of 50 million can equally do the job of the car of 160 million. True or false? Please, true or false?
I will not respond to that.
So what are you not talking about? So what is the essence? Yes, it will do it. What are you telling me? Where do you want to travel in Nigeria that an SUV of 30 million cannot travel to? Must it be 160 million? What is inside that car in the first place? What is inside that car? So let him bring it. Look, are you aware that in India today, nobody drives any other car, especially government, except their ambassador? It was the everything about that car was India made. From start to finish, ambassador. Let somebody call and challenge me. Why can't he bring back Peugeot?
The major issue here is that Nigeria is not producing anything that it can call its own.
Oh, really? These other people that are producing things in their own, they have two heads, Abi? Is it not their leader that said, we are going to do this? Remember when Rollins came to Ghana? Ghana people who were in Nigeria doing shoemaking and other, they saw their president inside their farm when he was telling Ghanaians to come back. Rollins was inside the farm farming, telling Ghanaians to come back and repair their country. They heeded to their call, and immediately all of them started going back. Look, when you see a leader that wants to work, you don't need anybody to tell. You will see it by their actions. We know what they are doing. All this waiting until something happens, they start tagging along and all that. There are so many ways Tinubu can cut costs today. I will say yes, he's doing something. What do you want to do with a car of 160 million?
Okay, so that's one.
Is it more important? Because look at the amount. Look at the amount.
Is there another one? Is there another area?
Then two, the ministries. My dear, we are now in a smart world, technologically savvy world. You don't need 48 ministries to run your government. Then, what will America be doing? What will China be doing? What will India be doing? I'm talking of countries that are 10 times bigger than us in size. What would they be doing? Bring down these ministries. If you want to put all your people there, no problem, as long as they are going to perform. That is all we need. We don't need all this job for the boys. You don't need it. My dear, we want a country where people will get elective office based on their integrity and character, not by the amount of money you dole out. That is what is killing us. Because a mechanic by the roadside can do one or two dirty things for them and they give him money. He will come and be speaking and be giving out money in the street and all that. Before you know it, he become a party chieftain. That's how Nigeria recruit their leaders. Is that what is going on outside here? So we need people who are conscious of their position, the consciousness of Nigeria as the leader of the black race. People should be copying from us because we have everything. Mineral resources, natural resources. Then the natural resource that God gave you, harness it, my dear, harness it. Right. We have wasted a lot. Okay. We have wasted. Did you hear what Aleke said the other day? That the mineral resources, the solid mineral, that some powerful Nigerians are behind the theft. I say, hey, oh, you know them, but they don't have a name. And that's the minister. That was the end of it. You know that some powerful Nigerians are stealing what God gave to you, me and you. And you did not even call out their name. You didn't arrest them. You didn't. Is that how to run a government? Can it happen outside here? You go to China and see what belongs to the public, and you are enjoying it, and people are looking at you. Can it happen? These are issues now. Look at how much we are wasted. The crude oil they gave up, what have we done with it? Just last week ago, somebody brought out the budget of APC since 2015, that they have spent 122 trillion naira since they kept their budget. Please, Moses, look around you. Does Nigeria look like a country where somebody even put 50 trillion naira? Where is it?
Okay, Barrister.
And we are still borrowing money.
Barrister, I also want to take you on that because figures that you're just rolling out can be very, very interesting. Now, following this particular 60% reduction, in your words and in your opinion, do you think this can impact the state and international dynamics events in Nigeria at all?
It will not.
Why do you say so?
It's like pouring water on stone. It will not get inside. It will never. Water will never permeate inside it. The only time you can pour water, and it is when you pour it on the sand. It will now permeate and get inside. You know that you are wetting ground. But when you are pouring water on stone, you are not wetting anything. The stone will be there. This thing you are talking about now, let me ask you. Is there anywhere in our constitution that stated that the president must use this particular entourage when he's going to this particular place? Or this? Is there any law? Is there any law that stipulated the amount of personnel you will use? That is when this thing is talking about. We have effects.
So you're saying there should be a law put in place?
Yes! So that when you now cut it, we'll say, okay.
But the president's aide did say that whoever flouts the directive will have himself or herself to be blamed.
Please.
You don't think that's
enough? No,
threats?
please leave that in, please. Leave that. You and I know very well that even with this corruption, whatever, you know very well that people are still flouting it, even as you speak.
Talking about corruption.
Is that not corruption? When you now abuse the presidential directive, is that not corruption? People are flouting it.
Talking about corruption.
Bajabi Amila is there. He's a chief of staff. That one is right under his nose. Those ones, can Tinubu suspend him?
For what exactly?
Good. You were here when he was alleged to be collecting money for people to see Tinubu and for people to get appointment.
That was an allegation.
But Tinubu confirmed it. Tinubu, yes, he said it. He said he said it. Tinubu confirmed it when he said that he still have faith in Bajabi Amila, that people can make mistake. That was his very word. Look, Moses, I have this big ear, and I keep it close to the ground. I'm telling you now. Tinubu said it.
I can see that.
So why didn't he react over that one? I am telling what he said. He did not deny it. Even this do matter, better do. Bajabi Amila was a referee. When you go to bank, they will ask you for a referee. Whenever there's any infraction in your account, if they don't get you, they'll go after your referee.
Report has it that she visited the villa just before going to EFCC, and she was not allowed to see neither the president or anybody else close to him. In fact, she left in a hurry in a different vehicle.
Exactly. They want to tell you that they are doing something. Yes, they want to punish her fully. Yes. In fact, they have already judged the matter.
Her, isn't that letting the law take its course as against
the lady made
influencing things?
The lady made a mistake. Remember, Stella Odu did the same thing when he wanted to sue Jonathan, and Jonathan rebuffed her and all that.
Oh well.
Good.
We're talking corruption now.
That's what we are saying.
We'll be going into our second topic. It has
so what I'm saying in essence that the way they have treated this woman is not fair. Because there are other people attached to these things.
No, why is it not one after the other?
But the fact remains that they all happened before her own.
But
they are not being treated the same way.
Disciplinary measures will start from somewhere, don't you think so?
That was what they told us under Buhari. Low-hanging fruit. What is it? Femi Adesina was saying, let us start from low-hanging fruit. And I was laughing at him. I said, look, For every PDP person you prosecuted for corruption, 5 APC have taken over from him. Is that fighting corruption? Is that not what happened? That was why the thing failed. That's why they failed. When you start being selective in your fight against corruption, it will fail, it will collapse. Because the other people will see the sense as not being the anointed ones who can do no wrong. So they'll be messing up what you are cleaning. Is that you are cleaning a place as you are cleaning. The people come and they are messing it up.
But unfortunately, we have to wrap this conversation up now, as we'll be going into another conversation.
Yes, of course. Up next on VOP this morning, Nigeria structured by politicians to encourage corruption. Who is saying that? Professor Pat Utomi. Let's discuss this when we return. Welcome back. The convener of the National Consultative Front, NCF, Professor Pat Utomi, has said that Nigeria is structured by politicians to encourage corruption. Now, Utomi made this assertion yesterday in an interview. According to The Economist, Nigeria's current economy is faced with challenges because politicians do not serve the best interests of the people, but to encourage corruption. On the stunted economic growth and challenges faced in the nation, Utomi said civil servants do not work because the political party that come into power does not have an agenda for the government organization in place to boost growth and development. Speaking on the past elections and politics, Utomi said that Nigeria do not have a political party. According to him, what the country has managed to couple together since 1999 have been platforms for machine politics where the game is about just grabbing power rightly or wrongly and sharing spoils. According to Utomi, the neglected Nigerians end up bearing the brunt of the challenges between politicians. He also said that the Nigerian people have become so frustrated, so fed up with the nature of the way Nigerian politicians carried on, that when Peter Obi said the right things, it resonated and drove the emergence of a movement and generally got called the obedient movement around the world, including Nigerians in diaspora. Now, and I'm going to quote what he said during the interview. He said, the Nigerian diaspora rallied very strongly around the fact that this gentleman was saying a few things right, and a campaign like Nigeria hasn't seen in a long time happened, and it was deliberately sabotaged, whatever you say about it. Okay, and the point remains, how do you go forward when you meet this? He also said that you've got to realize and take advantage in trying to save Nigeria that the majority of this country is young. A significant part of our population is under 25. It is fed up. It is looking for something new, but it's also trapped. That's the most dangerous thing about where we are today. This generation is trapped in their values, he stressed further. And we have with us virtually, who's back with us.
Well, we seem to have a problem with Chukwuma Okoro's network.
Yeah.
Because it keeps
fluctuating.
Coming in and going out. So when he rejoins the conversation, we'll bring him on.
So I'm going to stay on with Barrister Darlington. Now, there's something that the professor mentioned that caught my attention. He said that the Nigerian people have become so frustrated, and the fact that we have young people under 25 that are Nigerians. Now, we saw the emergence of the Obi movement during the election, but then a lot of thought would are of the opinion that it seemed like after the election, Obi is possibly not pushing as hard as they expected him to, just the way Atiku was seen in the front line trying to, get back his mandate and all of that. And then people are like, Obi would have done more. There's something that he would have done more. He would have gone further to make sure that he gets his mandate. Do you share that thought, actually?
Thank you very much. In the first place, I thank the Professor Pat Utomi. He's a man I respect so much. Because I know during our days in Pachito's gang, of which my humble self was a member, in the 80s, we were almost the only opposition in Nigeria. And because of the consistency of what the man stands for, some of us, we bought into his idea. He has been consistent. This is the man that consult for world leaders, international organizations. Yeah. He was even a member of APC at the time. He was part of the people that wrote their manifesto. But what happened? What happened? Because party cannot be part of what is going on under APC. He was their member. That is the man I respect. People who value their principle, their name. So when he said what he said, in fact, I completely share his opinion. I'm telling you, my worry is that why have we not made use of such people? Moses, have you asked yourself, why is it that the best among us, nobody looks their way when they are doing this appointment, when they are looking for somebody to do work? Meanwhile, they are out there.
Barrister, but so, you also, you called my name, so let me let me react to you. But you also know that it's been said that no matter how clean you are, when you get into the politics being played in Nigeria, your hands will be soiled. And I think that's what he's talking about. The structure, the way it is structured in Nigeria, you cannot help but be corrupt.
It's not true. My dear, it is not true. There are people that have served this country meritoriously. Akiwumi Adesina, he's now at ADB because of what he did in Nigeria. Please, have anybody mentioned his name anywhere for corruption? Answer me. Look at what that man did with our agri sector. People were coming here to copy it. Instead of APC to build on it, they came and discarded everything. This e-pocket, e-wallet that they were using to distribute fertilizer, it was that man that introduced it.
Corruption on APC thing?
No. Hold on. Okay. You said, said anybody that enter politics.
No, that's what's been said.
No, it was what was said, but must you agree with what they said?
No, me reiterating it to
I am trying to puncture.
I am in agreement.
I'm trying to puncture that idea. Okay. It is not true. There are people with integrity in Nigeria, even as we speak, both within and outside Nigeria. The only thing that when these corrupt politicians want to do their thing, they will not go their way. They will not listen to them. Is that not true? Have I told you the story of Idi Agbon? Idiabo was supposed to be the first EFCC chairman. Are you aware? They interviewed him. That was Obasanjo. They called him and interviewed him to pick his brain. When they heard what this man was saying, they say, this man, the way he's talking, he can arrest the president too for corruption. We cannot take that risk. That was why they discarded his name. And eventually he died in a mysterious way. Have you wondered why they use his name as Idiagbo House? That's EFCC headquarters. It's written Idiagbo House. Was Idiagbo a member of EFCC? Was he their chairman? They recognized that he was the right man. They only honor him after he had died. Why is it so? Is it not somebody that had worked in a place and all that? When you now use that office to recognize what he did in that office. Idiagbo was never a member of EFCC, but they are using the house of EFCC as Idiagbo House to tell you that these people know who is who. They don't want to do the right thing. That is the problem. So when Pat is speaking, he is speaking authoritatively on what he knows. This is the teacher of teachers. He has been producing people for Nigeria and for outside world.
So now, as it is,
it's not everybody that can be corrupt in office. It's not everybody.
Okay.
Okonji Wala was here now. She was here. If she's corrupt, she cannot be a WTO. She can't be there. She can never. Nobody will mention her name. In fact, all the people that worked with Obasanjo and Jonathan, look at all of them. Immediately they left office, people started headhunting them.
They were not politicians.
What do you mean? They worked with. Oh my God! That is even where they should have been more corrupt. They worked with politicians. They were appointed as ministers, for God's sake. How do you want to separate the two? Two people are working in an office.
But from what you have said, and juxtaposing that with what Pat Utomi also said, can we now agree that the political terrain is the problem of Nigeria? Because, I mean, you have cited certain individuals that were not allowed to operate because they were perceived as being doing too much if given the opportunity to do so. So if the politicians are the ones to determine who occupies what office, how then can we curb corruption?
Look, now you are making a mistake by calling some people we don't have politicians.
What do we have?
Oh my God. What we have? Opportunists. Opportunists. That's what we have. They grabbed you didn't hear what one of them said? That the power, you grab it, you snatch it, and you run with it. Is that the statement of a politician? No. That statement, is that not what played out during the last election? With what Wike is confessing in Rivers State now? Was there any election in Rivers? He said he appointed, he's apologizing to Rivers State that he appointed a governor. That he's sorry for appointing the wrong person. Oh God Almighty.
Now,
how can you tell me that you have, with politicians, we had them. It's unfortunate they say I get them before no be property. We had politicians in the First Republic and Second Republic. Not now. I'm telling you. I mean, politicians who had the interest of the people at heart, who feared public money. What are you saying? Okay. How many houses does Tafawa Balewa have? Please answer me. Shagari, where is his estate? Oh yeah, let's go.
Well, Barrister, the professor mentioned that we do not have a proper political party in Nigeria, and he called for a political party to be formed. And then we have seen a lot of rumors saying that this party and this party want to merge. Do you actually see a merger?
It depends on who is merging. It depends on who is merging. They say birds of the same feather flock together. Those who want to grab power for grabbing sake, they can merge. But I will advise you to stay on your own. Stay on your own, because as it is today,
well, even
you are the only man.
Even if he stays on his own, does the Constitution allow individuals to
you didn't hear me. No, stay with the Labour Party.
Okay.
Stay with Labour Party. Don't join anybody.
But now talking about staying with the Labour Party and corruption in the political space, the Labour Party officials in in the National Assembly did not oppose the 160 million naira vehicles.
That is not corruption, no. They did not help themselves with any money. Because even if they reject it, they will still collect it and give it to somebody. It doesn't make any sense. That's the truth. This is something that they were giving. And it is left for them to make good use of it for their own people. This is not how
Okay, so they were given the cars, and not rejecting it doesn't make them corrupt.
If you reject it, if you reject it, for what reason are you rejecting it?
Because it's supposed to be public funds.
At least they would have opposed.
Hold on. Somebody gave it to you, and you're a member of the house. Do you want them to be ostracized in that house? Or don't you know that they have their own internal mechanism there?
So does
the
this now...
moment you don't agree with what is going on there...
Do you now agree with me that the political space corrupts even the very best of us?
No. That is not... Please, that's not how to... You would have asked me, if these people have on their own go to collect that money from the treasury to buy a car.
Are you privy to that information?
Sorry?
Are you privy to that information?
No, I said you would have... You didn't hear me. I said you would have been corruption on Labour Party members in that house. If they on their own have gone to collect that money from the treasury to buy a car of 160 million. But this is something that was given to them.
I think it would have also made the news if they had rejected it, and then people will see that, okay, the Labour Party rejected the money that was meant to be given to the house.
That is they have no reason to reject it, because one, let me tell you why. If they reject it, the other Buccaneers in the house, they will share it, they will collect it, and they will ostracize them in that house. Okay. Don't you get it? They might even ask them to leave. Will you go and bring them back?
No, but they are elected officials.
You can be suspended. They can find the fault on them and suspend them for going against their rule in the house. What will you now say? No, if they suspend them, will you go and bring them back? They can bring charges on them and suspend them. That is it.
Barrister, I'm going to just take you on a particular statement made by Professor Utomi. And he said here that Nigeria needs to identify the fact that the country is full of young people.
Yes.
25 years significantly.
You're right. Peter said it.
Of course, he said also that they were fed up at the time, these young people. Now, my question to you would be, how can the citizenry actively participate, right, in reshaping the political space and discouraging all of this corruption?
You see, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. That is why I keep telling people to be stay, let your eye be on the ball, be focused. A time will come when all these charlatans, after they have messed up, they will come and beg you to come and repair Nigeria. We have seen it happen somewhere. After looking around, they will know the person that will do the job. This same youth, they will rally around Peter Obi. Look at the last campaign. Everywhere he goes, is it not people that organize the rally and the campaign? That is what men of integrity. They know Peter Obi, they can vote for him. Why do you think Peter Obi won Lagos State? Was it because of the Igbos? No. No. The people here are fed up. They are the ones that voted majority. The majority of the vote came from them. That was why Peter Obi won Lagos State. And I am telling you, let him maintain that integrity. A time will come when Nigeria will realize that, look, we need somebody to do something differently. And they will come for you. You don't need to, they will tell you, don't spend kobo. That is how it is done outside here. They will look for somebody. Let me tell you, when he wanted to be governor in Anambra after Ngige Debako, the Anambra people went to Emeka Anoku, former Commonwealth Secretary General. Sir, please, we are looking for a governor. Can you help us nominate somebody? Emeka Anoku told them that he had 3 names. He told them to go, that they should come back in 3 days. They came back. He said he had 3 names that will do this job. The first name, Peter Obi. Second name, Peter Obi. Third name, Peter Obi. Case closed. Okay. When they went there, didn't you see the miracle? Something unprecedented in Africa. And you are telling me people will be corrupt. This man had the opportunity. With the goodwill, everything, he made good use of it. The facts are there. I have been waiting for somebody to come and debunk all that Peter Obi. Go to the internet to see his profile. Mention any governor in the history of this country that have made
have you worked directly with him at any point?
My dear, I don't need to work with him. I've seen what he's doing. The world is a global village now. If you cough in your bedroom, I will hear it. Yeah, I don't need to be told. I will hear it.
You did say you have ears.
Yeah, we have our ears. Yes. You cannot be doing this business without having people in the right places who will tell you things.
Okay.
So P2B, what he did in Anambra, everybody had it. The people that gave him award all over the world, they were not in Anambra, but they saw it. Action speaks louder than words. There was somebody who said he built Lagos, he did this. Meanwhile, P2B's Anambra beat Lagos in the WAEC and JAMB throughout his tenure. From number 28, P2B brought them to number 1. True or false? Go to WAEC and JAMB website, you will see it there. Is that one magic? That is action. In that you see it in progress. Not talk. What did you do? We can't see anything.
That is that.
Go to Anambra. Can you see one estate that P2B owns? Compare it with Lagos State. Oh yeah, let's go there. Have you seen any talk following P2B? Baba Sokbe. Since he left Anambra, have you seen P2B go back to Anambra government and say, I want this, I want that? Have you?
Now coming back to our conversation, how do you think the citizens now should actively participate in reshaping the political space? Now, I'm not even talking ex-governors or ministers or anything. I'm talking about the citizens. How do you think the citizens, particularly these young people that our professor mentioned, how do you think they can get into the political space and reshape the political space?
It is with what we are doing. They need to know. My Bible says my people perish for lack of knowledge. It is when they didn't know. That's when they'll be acting the way. But when you tell them, then they realize, yes, that this thing these people are saying, it is true. Let us try it too. It is by telling them consistently. A day will come when a son will look at the father and say, look, daddy, you are the problem of Nigeria. If you don't remove your hand from what you are doing, I will sue you myself. I'm telling you, in this country, it will happen. When Martin Luther said he had a dream, they thought he was talking rubbish. Many years after he died, did the dream not come to pass? I said in this country, if we sustain this campaign, Nigerian youth will know that, yes, they have no other country than Nigeria. They will now realize that over the years, they have been deceived. All these Baba Swap, all these, when you call them to come and do talk, they will say, no, wait, go and call your own son. You want me to come and go and kill somebody for you? Hey, come, bring your own son. Let us go together. It will happen in this country. By that time, you know that Nigeria is coming to reality. Right now, they covered their eyes with whatever. One day, that scale will fall from their eyes. And you see all this youth that they are using. You saw what happened during the last election. They will tell them to go and do this to this people. They said, no, me? For what? What did they do to me that I should go and fight them? You will go and fight them now. They will even collect their money and say, you see, Baba, I will collect this money, but I will not do this thing you asked me to do. It will happen.
All right.
That's the only way we can get Nigeria right. Sustain the campaign. After all, the blacks didn't get freedom in America in one day. They didn't. But today, look at blacks. They are now part of American citizens. So nobody believes that an Obama, even with his Muslim background, can become an American president.
Campaign.
You said what?
No, revamping the political space and sustaining the
campaign. Because people need to know. If P2B did not come, if he did not come and start the type of campaign, did you believe?
I'm beginning to wonder. If you've been, appointed as a spokesman of His Excellency P2B.
Because I need to celebrate what is good. Yes.
You have been appointed?
I said I need to celebrate what is good.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, not like you were appointed.
No. If you appoint me, I wouldn't even mind. After somebody has to do the job.
Okay, so you would like to be appointed?
If you appoint me, in fact, I want to appoint myself.
All right, this is where we'll wrap this conversation. We must say a very big thank you to you, Barrister Darlington Akumo, who is also a public affairs commentator. But we also do like Nigerians to know that the views and comments shared on the program are that of the guest and not the position of VOP TV. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get into business.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At a time where a lot of African countries are submerged with insecurities and economic crisis, under the visionary leadership of Reverend Dr. Chris Oyakhilome, the Future African Leaders Foundation was established as a Pan-African organization committed to identifying, nurturing, and empowering young African leaders making positive impact in their communities. Over the past decade, the foundation has been a leader in youth development, equipping individuals with essential skills and resources to drive change. The Future African Leaders Award is an annual prize awarded to 10 African youths who have contributed significantly in their local communities through innovation, societal education on local and global issues, developing solutions to combat societal issues, advocacy, and societal awareness. Each winner is given a grant of $10,000, and an outstanding winner amongst the 10 is given an additional $25,000. VOP TV was present at this year's Future African Leaders Award, and here are what some of the awardees and keynote speakers has to say as regards the impact of the award and project.
I'm excited. I'm excited by when I see the work we've done, the impact of the work we've done. We've been able to raise young people. You heard them speak. You heard the things that they are doing. It's really exciting. The lady. Ms. Gendeme from Sierra Leone, and she was talking about 11 years of war in Sierra Leone, and what she's been and what she's been able to accomplish is exciting, really very exciting.
It's feel fulfilling, it's feel achieving, it feels like I have no limitations in my life, because there are so many challenges that would have stopped me to achieve this so much, but I didn't allow them to limit my work, they allow them to limit my power. That means I have, going forward in life, this makes me feel like I have the power to do whatever I want to do in life, and the capacity is there, the power is there. If I go for it, I will get it. That makes me feel like I'm a go-getter and I'm achievers as well.
I would like to thank all the organization for giving us the opportunity as a North African participant. It means a lot. Secondly, I would just like to mention that this initiative is not only limited for Christian people. I'm Muslim. Yes, I'm Muslim, and I'm from Arab countries, and I got the chance to get such an award.
Now, so let's get into business. A Risco female customer has been rearrested. Well, we hear that the Risco female customer who gave a review on a tomato paste brand has been rearrested despite court orders. Now, based on a tweet by her lawyer on X, Mrs. Chioma Edoka Okoli was arrested around 7 a.m. on Tuesday. Now, Chioma Okoli was previously arrested and detained in September 2023 over her review of a tomato product manufactured by Erisco Foods Limited. Now, a team of policemen from Abuja who claim to be acting on the orders of the Inspector General of Police to rearrest the clients, this is coming from the lawyer, refused to serve us with a court order authorizing them to do so. Now, the team from Abuja is being supported by policemen from Ajiwe Police Station in Aja, in Nebehe. Efyong, her lawyer, made that disclosure. Well, that story broke last year. Oh well, let's go to another business story now. Nigeria's box office generated a cumulative revenue totaling 19 billion naira over the past 3 years. Now, this achievement is attributed to a combination of prolific films releases and a surge in ticket sales nationwide between 2021 and 2023. The box office revenue captures the gross earnings of Nollywood titles over the last 3 years from ticket sales. In 2023 alone, the Nigerian box office amassed 7.24 billion naira, following the trajectory of 6.94 billion naira in 2022 and 4.74 billion naira in 2021, aggregating approximately 19 billion naira. Now, despite a slight dip in total admission by minus 16.6% in 2023, the average ticket price saw a significant upswing of 27% compared to the previous year, reaching 2,759 naira. A new report from KPMG has revealed that weekly ATM usage among Nigerians has dropped from 70% in the past few years to 40% in 2023. And according to the survey, ATM usage in Nigeria has witnessed a notable decline due to the regular unavailability of cash in many stations. It further stated that the medium digital transactions dropped from the top to outside the top 10 in the survey. Furthermore, the survey noted that payment via digital mediums rose by 52% in 2023 between January and October, according to NIBSS data. Now, it explained that the spike in digital payments was triggered by the cash crunch occasioned by the CBN's Naira redesign policy in the first quarter of 2023. Now, how this affects the nation's cash policy is what we wait to see. Well, that's all we have for business this morning. Up next is the very latest in the world of entertainment, and then sports will follow. But for entertainment, we have Kayla Abraham joining us after this break.
All right, welcome back. It's the entertainment scene, and we have Kayla with us. Kayla, a very good morning to you.
Morning to you, David. Morning, Masinachi.
Looking good.
Moses. First off, Moses, I haven't been here since your birthday, so happy belated birthday, Moses.
Thank you.
I wish it was on a day that we're working, so I would do what you did to me. But that's okay.
I was
saved. You all look good, by the way.
Good too.
All right, on entertainment this morning, well, we've got the popular Afrobeat singer Seun Kuti. He has stated that no pastor in Nigeria has ever performed a miracle. Well, Seun Kuti is saying this because of the allegations that just came out with from the BBC documentary exposing, the late Pastor T.B. Joshua of the Synagogue Church of All Nations. So you will recall that a detailed alleged account of abuse, harassment, rape, and many more came out on Monday about the late Pastor T.B. Joshua. According to Seun Kuti, he believes no pastor has really performed a proper miracle, and he feels that everything is just staged. So he doesn't think any pastor at all, both in Nigeria and globally, has performed a miracle. He feels everything is fake. That is what Seun had to say about Nigerian pastors and miracles. And this is also in line with the TB Joshua, documentary that was released on Monday. Well, quickly, let me get your opinion on this, Moses. For some reason, I feel this is a little sensitive to you because we've been talking about this whole TB Joshua video documentary for some time now. We had talked extensively on it on the hashtag show back on Monday. And a lot of people feel a certain way about this particular topic of the late pastor. And some people believe, some people don't believe. But to see, other celebrities coming out and reacting this way, what do you have to say about that?
My personal view here. Personally, I wasn't a fan of the pastor. Personally, not because of whether his miracles were fake or not fake. I can't attest to that.
Yeah.
I don't know which is fake and which is not fake. Yes, I would leave that to God to decide about.
And the people identifying whether it's fake or not.
Why do you think I said that it's sensitive to you, Moses? Because you're about to bring the Pastor Moses side out.
Come on. But anyway. Let God decide who those that are serving Him.
Yeah,
I will leave that. For the BBC, well, the church itself, that's the Synagogue Church of All Nations, have come out to debunk and say it's a lie. these are just allegations and all of that. But you know, these things were just, and you know, the question a lot of Nigerians have asked is why didn't these allegations come when the man was alive?
Exactly.
So if he was alive, he probably would be held responsible and made to pay.
Well, we got
crimes.
information that this investigation has been going on for some time.
Well, it still not negates the fact that the person in question is dead. So who's going
I'm sure they didn't know he was going to die at that time. It's not their fault. They were still trying to get their facts right, and unfortunately, the pastor passed. So.
You know, personally, right? My opinion about all of this is, why would the BBC at this time be coming out to touch on issues this sensitive, particularly on Africa and Nigeria? I mean, personally, I feel they should do more with their country.
But now we're speaking on Seun Kuti's reaction to this. So
I'm not going to speak on Seun's reaction. Seun is entitled to his own reaction.
Exactly.
Right?
That is his reaction.
Like he just said, that's sensitive. Do you think I was fair enough to just say pastors in general perform fake miracles?
Like
Nigerian
I said,
pastors.
it's his reaction, his belief. Is he a churchgoer? Does he practice any religion at all? He's entitled to it. So he can decide to say, look, no religious leader or no man of God even hears from God. That's his perception.
I mean, a lot of Nigerians made their own point of view. So I
well,
believe it's because he's popular. That's the reason why we're taking it. Yeah. So Nigerians aired their views.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, so we heard that from the board of directors. Okay, moving on now. We've got famous Nigerian songstress Tiwa Savage, which has come out to file a petition against popular Davido, yes, David Adeleke, known as Davido, over the alleged threat of assault and grievous bodily harm. Well, in this petition that was addressed to the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Tiwa stated that Davido threatened to mess her up. She noted that Davido made a direct threat to her rights to life, privacy, and dignity. Well, this all started from. Let me just give us a quick background story. So, according to Tiwa, Davido started making this threat when he noticed that herself and his first baby mother, who is Sophia Momodu, were hanging out during the holidays, which was back in December. And Davido sent one of his management staff, who also is a good friend of hers and also works with her, sent that management staff to threaten her. And you know, there were a lot of messages, according to Tiwa, in this petition. There were lots of messages. There were a lot of, you know, so many terrible statements made to her family, and herself as a person.
Well, maybe we should take the content of the letter.
I wasn't good. That was why I did a summary. But if you want to, please go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, let's take the content of the letter that she wrote to the police. She said, well, let's see now. She said, I therefore would like to make this complaint and to state that in the event that anything untoward or harmful were to happen to me and a member of my family, I would like the Nigerian police force to hold Mr. David Adeleke responsible. Well, she says, I just recorded the hardest,
that's David's reaction.
Okay, that's David's reaction. Okay.
Felt like you didn't even want to say anything about the whole.
Well, she started off by saying on the 23rd of December, she made a post which included herself and Sophia Momodu, who is the first baby mother of Davido, on her Instagram story. While Davido Adeleke messaged her manager, who's also part of his management team, like I said, and that she should never say a word to him, and that she was taunting him, uttering very disrespectful, malicious, and derogatory words to her person. So this is what it's looking like now. It's looking very, very terrible. It's looking serious. I will also just take us back to Tiwa Savage's ex-husband, Blaze, has also come out to, to warn Davido publicly. I think we heard that yesterday. He said, Davido, you did make a very, very funny statement to my family, and I'm not going to let you go on this one. We also know that these two people have kids, and their kids are friends. That's friends, Imade and the baby Juju. I think that's Tiwa Savage's son. Yes, the Jamil. Yes, Jamil. And they are good friends. They go to the same school, but it seems like the parents are not on good terms right now. Well, Moses, quickly, what do you have to say about this?
You're throwing me under the bus.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, Tiwa Savage. No, the interesting part in all of this was when T-Bills came into the matter.
We didn't even know that this was what happened. So T-Bills just said, "Oh, you did something to my family,"
and you know T-Bills.
He does not let things go. Yes, he doesn't let things slide.
I do. I do hope they can find a way to resolve it. There are no issues that cannot be resolved. So I hope they get to find a way to resolve it. That's all I'll say.
All right. I think that will be all on entertainment this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kayla Abraham.
And up next is a sports update with James Adoyi. Stay with us.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
All right, welcome back. Let's just dive into the world of sports. And to take us through that, James Adoy is here. A very good morning to you, James.
Morning to you, Dave. Morning to you.
Morning, James.
Morning to you. Morning, everybody. I'll quickly into the world of sports. And you know every story now dwells in the AFCON competition. Yesterday, news broke out that each Super Eagles player can leave with a sum of $35,000 if they win the competition. That's about 42 million naira. Actually, a very big one. According to the news, they broke down of each match played. If the Eagles win the match, $5,000, sorry, and when it's a draw, $2,500, and totally, that's this $35,000 is set is outside, excluding the prize money of winning the competition. It's actually a very, very big one for the Eagles. I think this one should boost each and one
it's like
of
a
them.
bet.
They need the money, and I know for 2 million naira is actually it's a lot, and it comes with the bragging right of coming on with the AFCON title. It's actually a very good one for them, and I hope the Eagles go on to win the competition. Moving on to another Nigerian story, also Victor Boniface, a very sad one where he will not be participating in the AFCON this year. And yesterday, the club Bayern Leverkusen made a statement to tell us how long the player will be out, and the player will be out for about 3 months. Actually, very sad one for Boniface. For now, we know he's not going to be featured in the AFCON this year, and it's a very sad one for him. We just hope he can come back after the injury, after the time, and come back stronger and continue to be the best we know he used to be. But it's a very big loss for the Eagles, and we know we are going to miss him in the AFCON. We already had the like of Wilfred Ndidi, who will not be participating in the AFCON. Now, Boniface is actually a very sad one. It's actually a sad one for Boniface. We just hope after 3 months it comes up. And last night we saw the Carabao Cup. We saw the Carabao Cup where Chelsea lost. A very sad one for Chelsea. But we just hope Chelsea comes back and win the second leg. So that will be that on sport actually.
All right, thank you very much, James Adoyi, for taking us into the world of sports so swiftly and briefly too. Well, that's it on the show today. I'm Moses Humphrey, wishing you a beautiful day.
And I'm Masina Chiyoka. Don't forget to join us on YouTube. We are Voice of the People TV, and on other social media platforms, we are VOP TV Live.
And I remain David Edwin, and I'm saying don't forget to always pray for Nigeria. There is no great nation like ours. Until we come here again, same time tomorrow, have an amazing day ahead. God bless Nigeria.
Amen.